It's critical that we have people in the legislature that are going to put you first, that are going to be thoughtful, take your input, and work hard for all of us as opposed to a very small segment of the state. So with that said, let's hear from Brian.
Okay. All right, so this is more people than I thought were going to be here, so if I'm nervous, give me a break. So my name is Ryan Condon. I am a married father of four. My wife, Marilyn, came today. She didn't want to, but I forced her. I said, you're a politician's wife now, so. I have four boys, Jack, Jake, Jonah, and Jet, and my oldest is graduating high school, and my youngest is in first grade, so my life is basically a living hell. And my niece, Abby, is there at the table too, and she is attending ISU. So I was a graduate of ISU. I majored in psychology, learned quickly that without a doctorate, that was a huge mistake. I was very poor for a long time, but I grew up as an Army brat. My entire family's military. My father was in for 35 years. My brother's been in for 20. I was in for 8. And then things started popping off in the military, and I got out of there quick. When I was part of the Iowa National Guard, I received the Faithful Service Award, which is the highest decoration that you can receive in the Iowa National Guard. I saved a guy's life many years ago during a traffic wreck, and so had received that honor from Governor Chet Culver back when Iowa hadn't lost its mind. So I'm not the kind of guy that sought to run for office. I didn't want to do this. It wasn't until the last legislative session that just got me thinking that this is insane. This isn't the Iowa that I grew up in or Maryland grew up in. Everything has gone cuckoo. And we're not dealing with an opposition party anymore. You're dealing with a party that lies, hates with no consequence whatsoever. When they debate, they openly lie and no one ever calls on them. They have an entire network that reinforces this hate and fear. And I hate to say it, but my father and my brother, as much as I love them, have succumbed to this. Like I said, we all were in the military, and they love Trump. They just can't get enough of him. He can do no wrong. When the insurrection happened, and I talk about that now with them, they're like, what insurrection? It was live on TV. I didn't think this was a thing. I had to explain to them that, no, when you break the glass of the Capitol, you spread shit. Sorry, I'm going to probably swear a little. You smear shit on our Capitol walls. When you're in the Speaker of the House office with your feet on her desk, that's an insurrection. There aren't things like alternative facts. When you have an ex-president steal top secret information and have them in a bathroom, this shouldn't be a point of contention, but in my family it is. They say it's the people's house, so there was no crime. It's hard to argue with that. I'm a person, and I don't remember giving them permission to do that, but that's what we're dealing with, and now it's here in Iowa. This isn't far off in DC. And when I talk about Republicans, I don't mean conservatives. I don't mean normal people that are conservatives, that believe in lower taxes and things like that. I'm talking about specifically our Republican Party. There's going to be some crossover here with Penny, and I apologize. But when you're talking about banning books, I live in Story County, I live in Nevada, and just found out the list that we have banned books in our schools include 1984, A Catcher in the Rye, Huckleberry Finn, Diary of Anne Frank, well, God forbid. This is madness. One of the reasons that I'm running is term limits. And I do that because, well, gerrymandering and term limits. But we have to face facts here. We're not fighting a war. The war is done. We lost. We lost bad. Iowa is completely red. There are little pockets of blue in here. This isn't a war anymore. It's an insurrection. We're trying to fight to take back the decency of our state. Brian Melton's running for 4th District. He's the one who actually talked me into running because I felt like we as the Democratic Party had been beaten so badly. And the people at the State House, God love them, I know they're fighting the good fight, but when you're outnumbered 2-1, there's nothing you can do. Abortion access, banning books, taxes, tax cuts for the rich. You want to talk about flat tax, let's talk about it. But let's not start at people $1 million plus get the tax break first. And maybe in 12 years, people making $100,000 might see it. These are all things that have already passed. Again, they won. They gerrymandered the state so much that the hopes for a Democrat win are next to none in some districts. The 4th, again, it's a desert for Democrats, and good luck for running there. Term limits, I think, is the only way that we fix this. That and the money and our politics go hand in hand. I believe that there should be 3 term limits for any individual in any elected office. You have the first year where you figure things out, you get to know your job, your second year where you accomplish it, your third year where you finish out whatever you hope to do, and that's it. That's the game. No more 43 years in office. Chuck Grassley is older than the chocolate chip cookie. This is insane. And they keep being bought. I have $400 in my campaign account. I think Dave Dayo might have a penny or two more. So they've gerrymandered it. They've got their tax cuts. They have everybody bought and paid for. It's up to people like you guys to help us fight this fight. And it's going to be long. This isn't going to be a one election cycle. We have to work hard to get this back just to a level playing ground. Not even talking about winning, just back to a level playing ground. One of my favorite things that happened in the last legislative session, and I just can't get over it, I wish my life worked like this. The governor gets caught misappropriating funds. Would get in trouble in a normal place, but not here, not in Iowa. Instead, our legislator just took away the auditor's power to investigate, and that's it, problem removed. No repercussions, no problem whatsoever. He has to have the people he's investigating agree to be investigated. I don't know how much further you have to look for Trump's influence other than that. I'm sure that Trump would love that, and God bless the people working to take him down now. I'm going to finish up. I have to admit I was part of the problem. I thought if I just went out and voted, I didn't need to do anything else. I voted for my party and that was it. I didn't have to volunteer. I didn't have to door knock, donate, run for office, because we're Americans. We're decent people. We believe in freedom, the Constitution, not smearing shit in the Capitol. We're not okay. We're not okay as a nation. We're not okay as a state. We're pretty damn far from okay. This sickness has taken hold in our state. It's up to all of us in this room, in our county, in our country, to undo this. I'm going to try to do my part. I hope you'll help me do that. I appreciate your time. I look forward to speaking with you all.